Hi, Patrick here. Here for another adventure from Dollar Theater. That's right, Dollar Theater. Another installment here on Have Cheetah Will View. Dollar Theater is a series, a concept that was founded by our good friend Hobbs Hoare, and we are also joined in by our good friend Mr. Bones and Charles Cochran, and anybody else who wants to get in on the action. It's really, really easy. All you'd have to do is just review movies that you've gotten for $1.25 or less. That's it. That's all you have to do. $1.25 or less. I know some people are still finding a few movies at the Dollar Tree. Me myself, my Dollar Tree has dried up. So I get my movies from the library. I get them for a quarter a piece, for the most part. So that's how I'm able to stay in the game. But it's $1.25 or less, and that includes movies that you if they sent to you by gifts, by trades, or even media. If you got the movie free from a media source, well, you didn't pay for it. It's underneath $1.25. Jump in. All right. So for this time, my streak is it's been all over the place a little bit. It's like I do a movie, I do a documentary, I come back, do a couple more movies, I do some TV shows. Um, it's all over the place. And I got to tell you, when I look at my playlist and I see the movies that we've all done, it's so much fun because you really don't know what's coming. You really don't know what we're going to be covering. I really don't know myself. But I will tell you what we're covering today. We're going to be covering today from 2007, Jeff Dunham. Um, and this is a series called Spark of Insanity. Now, this is my first time I've ever watched a Jeff Dunham show. I've heard the name. But I have never seen the man. So this is my introduction into Jeff Dunham, and I must say that he is very, very entertaining. Very entertaining. He's a hoot. Um, I feel sorry for him a little bit though, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So this is a special that was shot in Colorado in 2007, and it features Jeff, who's a very fine stand-up comedian. Without plus he's a ventriloquist. He could have been just a straight out regular stand-up comedian, and he would have been magic. He killed it even before he got to the puppets. To the and it's amazing. It's amazing. I was expecting him to come straight out and instantly it was going to be him and the puppets and whatnot. But he did a night. He half about I think about a third of his set was just him talking, and then he got into the puppets and fantastic. Hilarious. Now, like since this is all new to me, I had to be introduced to the puppets, and and so we got to introduce to Walter. He's the cranky guy. He's the cranky guy right here. Ahmed, the dead terrorist, is right here. He's still part of the act. Um, Melvin, the superhero, is here. He no longer is in the act. This was his second appearance, and after that, he's gone. I guess he didn't get a good reaction. And then a very popular character is Peanut, some sort of alien-looking creature, and one that people really loved as well is Jose on a stick. On a stick. Um, so it's all topical humor at the time. He was talking about topical humor. About different things that's going on during the day. He talked about his family, driving a blue Prius, his dog, his dog peeing on his wife, whenever he got yelled at by her. Um, I mean, his two kids. Um, this was a really fun, listening to this. I'm going, it's 2007. I'm going, like, this is great. And then I came and I started looking at his profile. I wanted to know more about him. And sadly, I found out that he actually divorced his wife. Jeff divorced his wife. Um, he was on the road. I mean, beyond stupid. I think he has a world record for doing the most dates on a tour, like 386. Yeah, you have a severe problem with it. If you're on the road for 386 days to promote an album. You have a problem. That's way too much. It really when I was listening to the show, and it was very funny, but I had a lot of sadness too because Jeff seems like a really genuinely nice guy, like someone you could have a coke with and and watch a ball game with and just hang out and do talk comedy or whatnot. And it was so sad to hear that his first marriage he destructed it by being on tour. Now I'm not sure if that's insecurity because it's one thing I can tell you being around a few comics. Comics are very insecure. They're always looking for approval for the most part. Even the more established ones, they're still looking. They have that fear of not being funny. Maybe that's the reason why. I can't tell you because based on this right here, this was absolutely hilarious. I was laughing my ass off. I was thinking this is a really good. I picked this up at the library for a quarter. It's one of the better buys I picked up. I have to admit, I was very very entertained by that. We have actually interviewed a ventriloquist on Eight Questions With named April Brucker. And we did touch bases about Jeff Dunham on that interview. And I'm going to put that interview in the description box. So if you want to go check that out, by all means, please do. April was a very gracious young lady. And in a sense, I'm thinking about this even as I'm saying this review. I remember when we were doing our interview when she got a opening. Somebody must have canceled, somebody got sick or whatever it was, but they called her at her house and they said, "Hey, can you come can you come open?" And she left. She had to go. Couldn't I had no problem with that. And I'm just thinking if that's sort of if that's like you got to go when the fire's hot. And I think this is Jeff's second record right here, and and it did really well. It sold over 4 million units. 4 million units. This sold. Um, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I mean, any way you break it down, whether he got 25% of that, or whether he got 50% of that, or whatever he got of it, he sold 4 million units. There's no reason to be insecure or worry about where your next gig's coming from. Obviously, people loved him and they came out and supported him. Walter is the puppets they each have their distinct personalities. Um, Walter's grumpy and a curmudgeon. He's very sarcastic. Um, Melvin is naive. Um, he really was the weakest of the bunch. Um, Ahmed, the dead terrorist, he was funny. I have to admit, he was funny. You know, silence, I kill you. Okay, I have to admit, I was laughing about that, and Jeff builds his own puppets. That's another thing too. He builds these. If he either finds them or he builds them from the ground up. So these are truly all his. Um, Peanut, what seemed to be the crowd's the most popular character was Peanut. He got the most laughs, and Jose was there, but he wasn't on very much to make an impression. Not too much. Like I said, they talk about everything. Some things, some people might get politically incorrect. He made a few gay jokes. Who cares? Who cares? They're all harmless and nothing, nothing, no skin off of teeth right here. They're all funny. He poked fun at himself. He poked fun at himself a lot. He poked fun at everybody else. Equal opportunist. Jeff Dunham is. If you're sitting there and he wants to make a joke about you, he's on it. And all you can do is just laugh, right? I'm very excited to see if hopefully I get a few more of these rolling in soon. This is like I said, this is my first one. This was made by Levity Entertainment and was put up by Image. Let me see Magoo here. Image Entertainment. I am sure you can find a copy of this on eBay or Amazon. No problem at all. They sold 4 million of these. Yeah, you'll be able to pick that up on secondary markets. There's some special features there. Uh, there's some special features. It talks about Walter is doing a political announcement. There's some previews of some upcoming shows. There's the making of Melvin, how Jeff created Melvin the superhero. And then another one where he went around asking people in a man in the street segment, uh, what would you put on a stick? Because he put Jose Jalapeno, he put him on a stick. So what would you put on a stick? All in all, this is a very funny tape, a very funny DVD, and I highly recommend it. Um, yeah, hope you find one. All right, that's it. Comedy this time around, right? After you guys watched the Seahawk, after you guys watched Mystery Alaska, you're thinking, oh, he's on a roll now. He's on a serious movie roll. See, we switched you up. We did another documentary, basically stand-up comedian, stand-up concert film, or what have you. Um, but I don't know what's coming next. You'll have to come by and check that out. All right. Thanks for coming by. If you're new to the channel, hit the sub button. Um, Hit the notification to let you know whenever I drop a Dollar Theater review down. Leave a comment, share us out, and thank you so much for watching. We will see you for the next one. Peace.